Salutations, this is Grem Davel. Welcome back to our Let's Play of Dwarf Fortress, our island embark. So you may notice that things look quite a bit different from the last time we played. So unfortunately, it's been a while since I published a video. I did record about an hour's worth of footage, about 3 episodes, and then realized that everything I had recorded was unusable. It was an issue with the game and the video recording software I was using, and I've since learned my lesson. I'm still new at this. I'm getting used to a lot of the stuff. I'm using a different recording software now, so hopefully this will go a lot more smoothly. I like this a lot better. I'm also playing in a window instead of full screen, which should make things a little easier if I need to. I can actually access other windows or an internet browser while I'm playing without distracting you. So that should help when we have to do things like build an aquifer, because I'm sure I'll need to be consulting something while I do that. So anyway, there's a lot of stuff that went on which I didn't get to talk about. The first thing, I think the most important thing, unfortunately, our dogs are no more. Our dogs have been killed, and they were killed. Yeah, they're still here by the hippos, the hippopotami. They came out from the river, and the dogs went after them. So I think it's because the dogs were the only animals I had, well, the dogs and the cats, that I didn't put in the pasture. So the dogs were just running freely. And I'm pretty sure the dogs, yeah, you can see the very first thing up at the top is the dog attacking. So these dogs were the instigators. They were not very intelligent, attacking hippopotamus, without a second thought. So the dogs passed away, unfortunately. So I made sure everything was pastured. The hippos haven't been an issue. I was a little worried, like maybe they were aggressive. Maybe they just started attacking my dwarves. But I don't think that's the case. We have, let's see, it's been a while since I played too. We have a carpenter's workshop up here. I make a farmer's workshop. So as you can see, I'm already shearing my alpacas. And after that, we can, milk the alpacas and make cheese from the milk if we want. All these highlighted squares here, that's orders to gather plants. And you can see, because this is a tropical island, we have tons of vegetation here. Cucumber vines, muskmelon, whatever that is, all sorts of things, pepper plants. So I'm not too worried about food. And let's see, down here we have, this is kind of the kitchen. This is the still, and here's the kitchen. So this is where all the food prep goes. This is our dining room. Right now it's just a table. I think we still need to build chairs or put chairs down here. And this is just our kind of a food stockpile. And down here we have our farms. And I think we just have some basic farming going on, but I wanted to make sure I got that started as soon as possible. If for no other reason, then we need to be able to start brewing things immediately. And I think the brewer has been working. I have a little room back here. I think this is where the butchery is going to be, if memory serves. That's what happens when you haven't played in a while and you don't write things down. Unfortunately, well, in here I also have a bunch of workshops. I have a craftsworks workshop, a mechanics workshop, which actually does us no good right now, and I'll explain why in a minute, and a mason's workshop also, which does us no good. So a craftsdwarf's workshop is cool. It lets us do a bunch of things. Right now I have it in order to make a lot of nest boxes. That way we'll be able to make a room for all of our turkeys somewhere. And I haven't dug out an area yet, but we can start breeding the turkeys, making eggs with those, with the nest boxes. But you can make a lot of stuff with bone and shell and wood, more importantly, for what we have right now. Crafts, jugs, pots, and just crafts. All the crafts aren't going to do us a lot of good. And cups, and bolts also for hunting. Which I think might be really important, because I think it's going to take us a lot longer than I initially thought to get anything. I can't even make furnaces. So this is the last time we played. This is kind of where I left off. Was was I tried to make like a furnace so I could make like burn wood to make charcoal. And once I had charcoal, we could do lots of stuff. We could make clay into pottery. We could make glass with sand. You can make all kinds of things. But you just need something. You need something to make a furnace out of, or a kiln, or a glass furnace. And there's absolutely nothing. And maybe I should have had more foresight about this. But we have lots of wood, we have sand, we have clay, but we have no fire safe materials to make certain workshops or furnaces out of. And the only way to get them, you need stone. If I had known this, we could have brought stone, even just like 2 pieces of stone, so we could make a kiln and then make, fired clay, which is a fire-safe material, I think, or glass. But we didn't. We have nothing. So we could go back on what we said and allow... oh, yeah. And you also haven't seen these migrants. So migrants came, which we knew they would. And so we're going to just kind of ignore them. We're going to let them, be stranded there, and eventually they will probably die off. My caravan will probably come in here too. And so, if we wanted to go back on what we had planned to do, we could, even temporarily allow a caravan to come in and trade for some stone and use that stone to make furnaces and stuff. But I don't want to do it. I still don't. Even if we were never all right, so we basically have a couple of options. We can still breach the aquifer without the use of stone. You can make out of wood. You can make giant corkscrews out of wood, and also pipe. What's it called? It's called like pipe. No. Well, a screw pump, you need, a pipe section. You need a screw trap component and a pipe section and blocks. So all those things you can make out of wood. You wouldn't be able to power them with automatic power, like from a water wheel or a windmill. But you can activate screw pumps using just like dwarf power, just their own strength. And so we can slowly and meticulously breach the aquifer that way. I have one last-ditch idea. I realized that, we're actually in the middle of 2 biomes here. There's the water here, the water murdering, and then the dimpled forest over here. And there's a pretty clear split of where the biome is. And I realized that even though right here, this is the first layer of aquifer, and there's at least one more here. That might not be the same like Z levels of where the aquifer is in the other biome. So what I think I might try to do is, let's see, can I do it? No. So over here, maybe I will, we have the stockpile here. I think I'm going to dig a little bit to the left. Or I might even go up. Yeah, I might dig up here, and go into the water murdering biome. And once I'm there, just see, maybe we'll get lucky, and we'll just have them keep digging that way until they reach damp soil. Maybe we'll get lucky, and maybe there will be maybe the aquifer will be on a different level there. Okay, so I can't shear because there's no more shearable creatures, so that's fine. Did we already milk the animal? We'll milk until there's nothing left to milk, and then we'll make cheese until there's no more cheese to make. Okay. Yep, okay, no milk either. So he'll start making cheese, and I think we actually brought tons of milk, and they can make cheese with that milk. Okay, damp stone located, so... We'll just build in here a little bit. Just make sure that we're really under there, under the lake, before we start digging down. Because even if we're just like 1 square adjacent to the aquifer, it's gonna, it'll flood everything. So we're just gonna make sure that we're really in there. Oh, and of course, I actually have a bedroom. This is a dormitory, so it has enough beds for all the dwarves, but it's just like one big bedroom because I wanted to make everyone a really nice bedroom, and we still want to do that. Although it's possible maybe we'll just do it on this one layer of sand, or we could do it above ground too. I still, ideally, we still want to make like wooden walls in a fortress. And because there's no, we don't have any stone, we don't have any metal, so, our stone crafter, our metalsmith, I think I might have given them like one more job each, but we might want to reassign some of their duties. What I would like to do, what I said at the end of the last episode, which you'll never see, was that it's about time. I feel like, especially now that we have like migrant dwarves that came, we really need to distinguish like the original dwarves from those migrant dwarves. So one episode, maybe the next episode, I would really like to go through, name our original dwarves, like give them nicknames. That way, we'll be able to easily identify them and look at them, like just look at their personality, their thoughts and preferences, and really get to know, like a get to know the dwarves episode. So we'll see how this one goes, and then maybe next time we'll do that. So right now, I want to, this episode, for, what's left of it, I want to see if we can, do this aquifer test. I also have an office here for our manager. I think that's probably fine. I mean, that's definitely, so over here. All right, one more level, I think, or one more layer. Oh, and I think I want to, I made this stockpile. Whoops. The stockpile. This is everything except food, corpses, and refuse. So I wanted to expand it. I expanded the room a little bit. No, P is stockpile. So let me remove what's here first, and then do my custom settings. Get rid of food. The food now is in a different stockpile, which is why it wasn't there. Disable food, and this whole thing. Yeah, that's kind of how you have to do it in Dwarf Fortress. You can't just like expand the stockpile or the zone. You have to either get rid of it and make a new one, or just make a new one on top of it. But our food stockpile up here should be, yeah, actually we could make another food. Oh, no, oh no, it's a meeting area. We should maybe make another food stockpile, I think, on top of that one. Because I think we have a lot more food than I thought we did. P food. That's fine to just have two stockpiles here. There you go. Okay. Damn stone located. Yep. Okay. All right. Well, first let me get rid of this. And let's dig downstairs. I think we do it right here. That's fine. Let's see what we get. Come on, big money, no whammies. Okay. I think that's not damp. It's not damp. Okay. That's excellent. Ooh, that's really, really excellent. Let's do an up-down stair. Maybe we'll get really lucky. Oh. Okay. Another up-down stair, I think. Wait, whoops. Up-down stair. Oh no, it's damp here. Okay, it's damp there, which is unfortunate. But we at least have one. Okay, so they're staggered by one level. That doesn't help us much, does it? But I can, let me do one more level here, because if it's just one more level down, if it's only one, let's see, is this damp? It's damp. Okay, so it's at least, it's another multi-level aquifer. If it was only one layer of aquifer, easier ways to get through it. Okay, well that is again disappointing. Okay, so that's an aquifer. Black sand. Okay, so that means that we have basically two choices now. And this, I thought about. So our first choice, as I mentioned, is kind of meticulously making these screw pumps, draining out the water like a little bit at a time, building walls, fortifying the walls so to prevent like the water from the aquifers getting in. Or the other thing we could possibly do is just kind of throw tradition out the window for playing Dwarf Fortress, and kind of play it without stone or metal at all, like without even like the play as if we will never get stone or metal, and just use wood and basically just wood. I mean, that's the main resource we'll have. We have like clay and sand, but we can't like fire it or turn it into glass. So I'm not sure what good that'll do. But make like an entire. I mean, this is a tropical island, albeit on a lake. So it might be kind of fun to do just like a total wood-based dwarf fortress. Now, of course, when when a forgotten beast or dragon or something like that inevitably comes, we will probably, we'll only have like wooden training weapons and wooden bolts for wooden crossbows, and we'll probably die immediately. We can still train an army. We could even train without weapons to train like with like wrestling skill, but we're not going to have good armor because we're not going to have metal. We could have leather armor, or we could get leather armor if we make enough like alpacas, or if we like kill hippos and get their skin, whatever. But their hide. But all in all, we're going to be severely under-equipped if we do that, and the game might end a lot sooner that way, which maybe isn't the worst thing considering like what kind of a faulty start we had here, and so. I think I might queue up the screw pumps right now anyway. So let's see. That would be a pipe section out of wooden pipe section. Let's just make 10 of those. And then corkscrew, wood. We'll make 10 of those. And let's make some wood blocks. 30 wooden blocks. So I do 30 because 30 is the maximum you can do with the manager. Although the latest devlog that Tarnadams, the developer, made, he said that for the next release, one of the things that he's hoping to do is get rid of that 30 cap for the manager. So that'll be really nice, because there's sometimes when you have an economy going and you're just trying to make as many crafts as possible, and you just have to make them in 30 at a time. You're trying to make as many meals as possible because you have a fort of 200 dwarves and they eat really fast. And you still have to like make 30 meals, make 30 more meals, make 30 more meals. So that'll be really nice when that happens. So anyway, I queued up those components for the screw pump. However, let me know in the comments if you would like, if you want to see me try to reach the aquifer. Maybe we'll do that next episode, or the episode after that if we do the meet the dwarf. You know what? I think maybe we would reach the aquifer before we meet the dwarves, just in case. We don't want to get too attached to anybody and then have them drown. But someone just became chief medical. Let me just... Stray dog found dead. Chief medical dwarf. What were you before? Oh, whoops. Yeah, chief medical dwarf. That's what you were. I don't know what you were. But if you want to do like the tropical island wood-based embark, which is kind of sacrilege when you're talking about Dwarf Fortress because it's a little too elfy. Elves in Dwarf Fortress are notoriously kind of evil. They're like, they're just awful, like super hippie, cannibalistic creatures that most Dwarf Fortress players enjoy, enjoy torturing, basically. So and they only deal with wood, like they grow their own wood. So maybe having a total wood based fort would be too elfy for a dwarf fortress. But then again, I mean, dwarves are dwarves. If it's dwarven wood, it's not grown elven wood. So, you know, it's not quite the same thing. So let me know in the comments if you have a preference one way or the other. And next episode we will go about either breaching the aquifer or starting to like prepare to make like a wooden, make wooden weapons, make wooden everything, and really start building everything, like knowing that we're not going to dig any deeper than this level. Expanding out here in our fortress, having, making like nice bedrooms and stuff like that. And, even starting to make our walls up here, and really preparing for just like, for, getting as much wood as possible and making everything out of wood. Yeah, so let me know for next time, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. And I'm glad. Hopefully, you're glad that we're back, and hopefully, it won't be too long before the next one. And yeah, so let me know in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.